Project Isizwe is a non-profit that has as its mandate advocating for large-scale free Wi-Fi nationally. They have already achieved success in parts of the country, including Tshwane. They've just appointed a brand new CEO, and it's only fitting that as we start Women's Month, we talk to a female CEO in an area that is not only innovative and new, but also very, very complex. Dudu Mkhwanazi says she's deeply committed to enabling social justice and empowering South Africans through free access to the internet, and she joins us now. Dudu, welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you, Leah.
And congratulations on your new role. I mean, this is brand new. You were appointed last Thursday. It was announced, I think, this week.
Yes.
So how are you feeling?
Excited.
Yeah.
Excited, but also a bit nervous about selling this vision for the rest of the country.
I can just imagine. Well, I mean, talk to us about this vision. I mean, providing free Wi-Fi to South Africa. I mean, it is a big vision, but talk to us about this.
Okay, so Project Isizwe is an NPO that was founded in 2013 by Alan Craig Jr. With the vision that free internet access should be within a walking distance for every South African. And we started our flagship project in Tshwane. And to date, we have about 1,050 hotspots. And Project Isizwe ensures that every citizen of Tshwane gets about 500 megs of data per day, per device, on 15 megabits per second.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing. But when we look out and we move more into sort of the rural areas where, you know, access to any form of data or any form of signal is almost an impossibility. How do you think that this is going to move out?
Yeah, density is a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about rural areas, you're talking about areas that have low density. So I think spreading such initiative or developing a network in rural areas will prove to be quite a challenge. But, you know, with the assistance of ICASA, you know, issuing licenses and, you know, establishing more fiber, we can achieve it. We can achieve the challenge.
Look, this particular project that's been working on, that is in the city of Tshwane, which has come under a little bit of controversy as well, which I think you're falling right into the middle of.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit more about that, because the idea is to, it's entirely funded by the city of Tshwane to give free internet access to all.
Yes. So as Project Isizwe, we believe that free internet access should be a basic good, and that it should be 100% subsidized by the municipality. And that is the case of the city of Tshwane, that it's 100% subsidized by the municipality. And we are working with the city to look at other models of revenues, to generate revenues, and sustainability models to keep the network running.
And I mean, we talk about a figure. I mean, I think the figures that they're looking at is about 245 million rand, excluding VAT, for these free internet Wi-Fi zones. Seems like a lot of money.
Well, it is a lot of money if you think of it that way. But the project has been running for 3.5 years now. And the installation and the maintenance of the Wi-Fi, you have to take that into consideration. And the fact that, you know, you're putting these Wi-Fi hotspots there with equipment that has to be maintained on an ongoing process. And so that's where all the costs come in. But to get data delivered, it's incredibly cheap. I mean, we're looking at figures of, my COO was saying to me the other day, do you know we're actually giving away data with $0.50 a day? And that's quite cheap.
Yeah.
If you look at how much data costs. I mean, when you give someone 200 megs, you use the internet frugally. But you give someone 500 megs, it changes their behavior altogether. It changes behavior altogether. So I think 248 million is quite a very small amount price to pay, considering the impact that internet access will have on the lives of the people. Yeah. It's a game changer. It's an empowerment. Are
you concerned about the future of it, though? Because, I mean, it's already got a big question mark over it. Do you think that the city of Tshwane, by keeping it on, I mean, it's setting an example for the rest of the country, and basically that's the vision of the company, is to ensure that this spreads out. But if we see Tshwane saying, no more, this isn't going to happen, it's far too expensive.
You know, the funny thing is that Wi-Fi is like water. Once you switch it on, you can never switch it off.
Yeah.
People become very entitled to it. The mayor has given a statement in his State of the Capital address that the Wi-Fi will carry on. And that, you know, the municipality has set out a certain amount of money to keep the Wi-Fi going on.
Yeah.
So we're just happy to be assisting the municipality move forward with the mandate and hopefully replicate the system and the network throughout the country.
If we have a look at, you know, the situation of Wi-Fi around the country, because it is, I mean, what you're saying is so true. The access to information that you get through being online is huge. I mean, everything you find is online. It is surfing the internet. It's access to information. And this is almost becoming a basic human right.
It is.
Is to have access to information.
It is.
And that's the vision.
That is the vision of Isizwe. We believe that internet access should be a basic good, akin to water and electricity, you know, and housing. And we believe that if there was a study done by the World Bank that for every country that rolls out broadband or internet access, you see a growth in the GDP of 0.3%. Sure. I mean, that already justifies why internet access should be a basic human right, why it should be a basic good. So as Project Isizwe, we believe that it should be 100% subsidized by the government, but we also believe that, you know, as a network of this kind is very big, and we're happy to look at other ways to sustain such networks and replicate the Tshwane model to the rest of the country.
How are we doing? I mean, if you look at the rest of the country when it comes to access to internet, access to being able to do this, how are we doing? Because, I mean, I have a vision that it looks like it's, you know, very much so around the urban areas, and that's about it. I mean, you know better, obviously.
Well, obviously, it's quite interesting that you say that. Project Isizwe's main mandate is to provide internet access within a walking distance for low-income communities, because everyone has a smartphone, but not everyone can afford data.
Yeah.
And it's those people in low-income communities that need the empowerment, that need the internet access. And Tshwane is our flagship project, and we're working very closely with other municipalities. I mean, we already have a project in Khayelitsha. It's called the Wi-Fi project. And we're also working with the university in Columbia University in New York, to do a study looking at the impact of internet access around Nelson Mandela Bay and also in Cape Town.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, listen, we wish you the best of luck in this position. So let's talk a little bit about you, because it is also about Women's Month, and it's about bringing somebody who is young with a bright future ahead of them. I mean, you're 26 years old, right?
Yes,
and you're taking on this major position.
Yes.
It is fantastic. I mean, talk to me a little bit about your background. How did you land up in this position?
Okay, so I studied political science at Northwest University, did my undergrad there, did my honors there, then went to the south of France, the University of Montpellier, then did my master's degree in public policy, came back, worked for a political party. Okay. And then...
so you know the politics of politics as well. Yes. It helps in every position, I suppose.
Always, always. Especially now that I work for an NPO, advocating is part of politics.
Exactly.
And then that's where I met Alan, and he told me about the vision he had for Isizwe, and essentially that's what, for me, should be about, being of service to other people. And it appealed to me, and that's when I joined Project Isizwe 6 months ago.
Excellent. I mean, it's a big challenge ahead of you. It really is. And many would say, oh, maybe this takes a man to carry off this role. And I say that a little bit tongue in cheek. Obviously, it's a woman asking you this question. I know we can do it, but a lot of people still doubt that women have the ability to get out there and enforce such a vision. What makes you think that you're the person for this job?
Well, you know, if you put it in a telco industry, there's more men, white female men in the telco industry. But running an NGO as Project Isizwe, it's more than just looking at the nitty-gritties of a telco industry. I'm an advocate. And our history in South Africa, we've had women championing advocacy beliefs in politics and in other aspects at large. So I think I'm pretty much capable. I mean, my academic background supports that, and my professional background supports that.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you
so much. It's been so nice having you in here.
Thank you.
It's refreshing. It's wonderful. It's a big job ahead, but Dudu convinced that she can do it, and it's a basic human right these days to have data accessible from walking distance from where you are. I mean, it's an amazing project, and we do hope it succeeds. Dudu Mkhwanazi is the newly appointed CEO of Isizwe, Project Isizwe, which wants to get free Wi-Fi in all of the municipalities around South Africa. All right, that's it. Thank you so much. Thanks for being with us, Dudu. What a pleasure. Thank you very, very much for watching as well.